Guess what we went on today? We're going, guys. Starting the safari. We're on the trail.
My name is Mshama and our track is Imovie. So I'll be your ranger for 2 hours. Mine also plus 2 hours.
Hey guys, we see some hippos over there. There's some hippos. They look literally like huge rocks. That's incredible. Second animal. That wildebeest's food. Trust me, there's something. Guys, here's the biggest bird in the world right here. Impressive size. Guys, these are the rhinos over here. There's some white rhinos over here. Look at this, guys. This is a what? This is an eland. Amazing. It smells a lot like dung. It is dung. It's incredible. These are the baboons. Their teeth are the size of a lion. A baboon's teeth.
His leg is like golden beast everybody.
Wow. That's incredible. Look at that. This is that's the African dog. He's coming this way. Wow. Hey, bud.
Hey, how do you do?
Okay, no. Here are the kings of the bricks. It's incredible. Hello everyone. We are here right now with the giraffes. Look at that, everybody. Look at that, everybody. Those are the giraffes. Oh, they're on the move. The ostriches, everybody.
You see the tiniest steps?
Wow, guys. Guys, this is a buffalo. Look at that. That's incredible. It looks like a rock. Yes, the African safari, finally. And let me tell you, it was so amazing. It was incredible. I have no words to explain it, but just enough to explain it. It was a 3 hour car ride to the safari place, and there was actually it was actually a place that you could stay at, and we got breakfast, and then we got into the vehicle, and we went out the gate, and we were driving onto the trail. And first thing we saw were the hippos. The hippos. They looked like giant rocks. And guess what? They actually I didn't think they were aggressive. I thought they were passive aggressive, but it turns out they're actually aggressive. They're vegetarians, they're herbivores, but if they're very territorial. So if a human infringes upon their environment, they have been known to snap them in half, to kill humans. They're actually called human killers, and they're at the top of the food chain. They have no predators. And then we saw the wildebeest, and I showed one, but I also showed a herd of them later, and there's a lot of them. And trust me, they are food, because if those lions get out or the other predators see them, they are done, because they're at the and the environment that they were at the bottom of the food chain. And then, of course, the biggest bird in the world, the ostrich. It was incredible. They were huge. They can run up to from 62 to 70 miles per hour, second fastest animal in the world. And actually, we learned about their stomachs. They actually have 3 stomachs, and a lot of people feed them rocks, or they eat rocks, because it goes through the first stomach, right? And those rocks grind up against each other, and then they go to the second stomach, and the acid is so strong that the chemical enzymes break down the rocks. And then if they're gonna lay an egg, they use those rocks to compose the egg and to form the egg. And that's why the egg is so tough. Like a human can stand on the egg actually, and the egg won't break. And I think 25 chicken eggs can fit into one ostrich egg. And then we saw the white rhinos. Yes, they were white rhinos. There were no black rhinos, and that's actually because the black rhinos are being endangered because a lot of people are killing them for sport and killing them for their ivory, their horns. And the white rhinos actually have very bad vision. They can only see they have eye like right here and eye right here, so they have to turn their body to look at you. And the black rhinos have better vision. But the white rhinos, a lot of things can throw them off. Like the rain, it can throw off their sense of smell. So a lot of times they'll just charge it'll be a state of pandemonium for them if it rains. So they just charge into the air for because they're scared, really. And if you're wondering what that one animal was, that was an eland, right? I think it's in the antelope family, and yeah, that's the animal that makes actually the and the Osen people got their language from that animal because they feel that the clicks of the animal and the clicks that they make, whenever they make that sound, they feel it connects them to their ancestors. So that's how the language of Sa came about. And then the baboons. Baboons are kind of baboons are one of my favorite monkeys. They're very vicious, but they're very funny. They're actually very smart too. They actually learn a lot from watching other animals. They copy other animals, and yeah, so they're very smart. They can be very vicious, but they're very nice to watch whenever they're calm. Then the majestic elephant, my mom's favorite animal. Elephants were huge. That was actually the African elephant, and you know they're the African elephant because their ears are shaped like Africa. Yeah. So those were African elephants. They got extremely close, which was amazing. You could see their tusk too, and they're actually being hunted too for their ivory. But yeah, those were the elephants, and they actually were walking like that because on the bottom of their feet, there's a lot of cuts and bruises, and those expose the nerves, so they can feel everything. I mean, if there's a stream on the water, they can feel the vibration. So that's why they walk like that. They walk really slow because they're feeling the ground. Then I know you jumped a little bit whenever you saw the lions. Yes, those were the lions, and they were sleeping actually because they're nocturnal predators, and they sleep for 16 hours, and that's actually the general time that nocturnal predators sleep. Leopards, tigers, all those predators, they usually sleep a lot, like the lions, and they weren't really disturbed. It seemed like actually the engine was calming them and just making them go deeper into their sleep. And then there's that animal. It looked like it was in the antelope family. I think it's called an Orion, and it's a mix between, it's in the giraffe and zebra family. That's what I know, and it's also in the antelope family as well. So it's a mix of all those animals. Just kidding, I was way off. Orion is actually a constellation. The animal that I described is actually called an oryx, as I put in the video. Yes, and then the giraffes. The giraffes are amazing. Um, the average height of a giraffe's neck is actually 1.8 meters, which is around 6 feet for people that use the imperial system. And also, it was nice to see the giraffes and the zebras in their natural habitat, because their colors may look vibrant, but in their natural habitat, they actually camouflage quite well. And I couldn't show you the zebras though, because people on the ATVs, they scared them away all the way up into the mountains. So even if I filmed it, you wouldn't be able to see, because I wouldn't be able to zoom in enough. But yeah, it was incredible, as I said before, and that's pretty much how I can explain it. You really have to be there for yourself to really experience it. Until I make my next video, see ya then.